Hello there, Chalk and friends. It's Macon Maria, your independent Chalk Couture designer. Hello, happy Friday. Oh my gosh, isn't it awesome that it's finally Friday? It seems like it was a little bit of a longer week. So tonight we are going to make a very, very fun, very easy, but very classy background that we're going to chalk over. We're going to take this beautiful transfer that says, "Together they built a life they loved." It's a big transfer. This is a C-size transfer, and we're going to put it on a very pretty, almost like a watercolor background. That's our project for today. So thank you for letting me go live a little bit early. I need to pick up my young son from work at 9 o'clock, so thank you for indulging me and letting me go a little bit early. So hello, Miss Virginia and Carol. Hey, Mr. Mike. Welcome, welcome. So tonight we are using, that's the wrong transfer. We're going to use some markers, Ziploc baggie, a canvas, and we are going to create a very cool watercolor background that you can then chalk on. This is commonly referred to as the splash technique. We are doing a workshop Wednesday with the splash technique. It is on March 4th, so if you want to create something with this technique, I have all the little bundles together. You just need to message me, and I'll send it to you. And then on that Wednesday night, which is March 4th, March 4th at 9 o'clock, we will create together. But I wanted to give you a little sneak peek because while we've done this technique before, it's been a while. So I wanted to make sure everybody knew what the splash technique looked like. And how cool it can be, because it really gives you something completely different than what you are used to seeing. It's not just a black or white background, and it gives you the opportunity to kind of bring your color in to your home, and it's very popular in the artwork that you're seeing in the stores right now. So it gives you the opportunity to create it yourself. Oop, I gotta stop here because a bunch more of you are here. Hey Amanda, hey Kara, hey Amy, Miss Cheryl is here. All right, so let's get to chalking. First of all, I'm an independent Chalk Couture designer, which is like the coolest job in the whole wide world because I get to have fun with all of you and do all kinds of creative, therapeutic type activities. But we're gonna use Chalk Couture, and Chalk Couture is an amazing company. We make adhesive, silkscreen transfers, Chalkology paste, couture ink, surfaces that you can create on, and it's all meant to make crafting completely stress-free so that you can be somebody like me who has zero artistic talent and create beautiful things that you actually want to put in your home or give as gifts. It's very easy. Anybody can do it. Anybody. So if you can please do this, it helps me tremendously when you do that. So thank you to everybody who takes the time to do that. And then let's get to chalking. So first off, I have a canvas. Now you can buy canvases all over the place. Most popularly are the stretched stapled canvases where they're on a wood frame, they're stretched, and then they're stapled on the back. I am not a fan of those canvases because I just don't like them in my home. I like to take a canvas and frame it. So this is the same exact thing, except the canvas is glued to a board. It doesn't have any give to it, where if you have those stretched canvases, you know, they have a little give to them. And this way I can put them in any frame that I like. The other nice thing I like about using these canvases is I can have one frame in my house and change the canvases, and these are super easy to store. Not big and bulky. I'm not worried about putting a hole through the canvas as I'm storing it. And then I just can keep flipping them in and out of my frame. So I do like to do that with my seasonal guys. I like to put them on here and then change them out. So let's get to a splashing. So this is a very, very easy technique, and honestly, you probably have these things in your home already. I'm going to take a Ziploc bag, and any of us that have children have watercolor markers. Now, I have my own watercolor markers because as I learned when I first started trying to do this technique, my children don't always put the caps back on their markers. And then they're like dry out. So I wouldn't have the color that I wanted. So I bought my own set. So moms, if you're gonna use your kids, check them first. But in the little Workshop Wednesday bundle comes with your own set of markers so that you don't have to worry about them, you know, going to do it and it being dry. So this is a different set that has all kinds of different colors, and I like all the different blues because, as you all know, I'm obsessed with blue. If I'm going to put a color in my house, it's either going to be blue or a burnt orange, a mustardy yellow. Those are kind of the colors in my house. So I'm trying to pick which one, but all you're going to do, and I just want to use one on this. We'll try it with one and we'll see how it goes. We may add more colors. This kind of gray blue is more the color in my house, so that's the one I gravitated to first, but I'm a little worried it's going to be super dark. So we're going to try it and see how it goes. So you take your marker. This is how easy this is. You're going to be shocked. And you just color all over your Ziploc bag. Now I know you can hardly see it. But what all I'm doing is I'm putting the color on the bag. So you just want to get it on the bag, because then what we're going to do is we're going to spray it with water. That's how we get the watercolor effect. And then we're going to put it on the canvas. We're going to dry it. And by drying it, then we should be able to chalk right over it. Again, I'm just putting ink all over, or I guess ink, right? It's a marker. And now I'm just going to very lightly spray it to make them a little watercolory. Okay, so you just spray it with water. You take your canvas and you flip this over onto your canvas. And then you just smoosh it around. Okay, this is a pretty color. It's actually darker than I thought it was going to be. So you smoosh it around and you get this kind of effect. Because what you're doing is you're transferring the water and the ink onto the canvas. And you can move it around to get it, because obviously my bag is not as big as my surface. And you'll see as I pull it up, I end up with kind of big blobs of ink or marker. Don't worry about that. Just get the color where you want it first, so that you have color where you want it. If you end up with too much, you cannot mess this up, because all you have to do is add water to fix it. So right now it looks kind of cloud-like. So then what I do is you would take a paper towel, a napkin. I'm just going to use a baby wipe because that's what's next to me. And these big things, I'm just going to, you know, kind of dab them. And again, I'm just getting them wet. You don't have to get them wet. You just want to wipe them off. Okay? So now I have this very cool cloud-like background. It's probably not as much color as I would like. So I'm going to just do it a quick little, help dry it a little. I don't want to dry it. I guess I don't need to dry it. I don't need to dry it. I'm going to put a little more color on it. So again, I just take my Ziploc baggie. I am going to wipe it off just because you don't want to get too much water in your marker, so it can ruin your marker. So I'm going to wipe it off. Okay, so now my Ziploc, you can keep using the same Ziploc bag over and over and over again. And I'm just, again, going to do the same thing. Attempting to get as much ink from the marker on the bag as possible. So you just color all over the bag. It's really easy. And it's super fun. And kids love to do this. Hello, Miss Vicki from Canada. Welcome to our chalking party. Oh, and Miss Lori Baker. Lori's here from Arizona. So again, just spray it with water. That's what kind of gives you the backgroundy watercolor look. And see, as it's drying, I'm getting very lyrically cloudish to me. So I'm going to just add a little more color. But this is really easy. And I gotta tell you, kids love to do this. So I'm just picking it up and moving it around so I make sure I get color everywhere. Okay, again, now I just kind of have this, I don't know, I'm losing words today. This look, I have a look. I don't want to use a baby wipe because I don't want to add water now, so now I'm just going to dab it with a towel. Again, it's watercolor markers, so they wash off. Happy Friday, Lisa Jeevy. Welcome. Okay, so again, now I have this very pretty but it's pretty faint. So I want to make it a little darker. It's not hard. So you wipe off your bag, and so let's try another color. Let's go with a little bit darker. I'm gonna go a little bit darker green, greeny blue. See how this one you can, well, I don't know if you can see it any better, but it's more of a vibrant color. So we're just gonna add a little more color to it. And you can do this over and over again. And if you find that you get too much color in one spot, you just get it wet. It comes right off. You can add your water to make your splash background. And we're just gonna, again, add some more color. Now this color is much darker, so it's easier for you guys to see it. I like to make sure I get my edges so that I have color everywhere. Okay, so now it's easier for you to see. And again, I'm just gonna just soften it with my towel. The marker, because they're washable markers, will wash right off. So I'm just softening it. Now you don't have to soften it, but I'm trying to go for that cloud look in my background. So now I have way more concentration in color here, so I want to add more color here. So I literally just add more color. It's very easy to kind of mix it up. Now I'm softening it again. And now I have it, it's a little more even now. Okay, so now I kind of have this very cool watercolor-ish background. Now I need to dry it. So I'm gonna dry it so that I can chalk on it right away. Normally, if I wasn't live, what I would do is I'd just put it aside and tomorrow I would chalk on it. You could do this very easily with a hairdryer. So if you're looking to entertain small children, it's a 2-day project. You can make it a 2-day project. Otherwise, hand them the hairdryer and watch them go. They'll stand there for 20 minutes and hair dry it. It doesn't need 20 minutes, but they'll do it for 20 minutes if you give them the hairdryer. So it just gives them something to do. It helps you occupy them. So for those of you who are having family come in maybe for spring break, that's bringing kids with them, it's a great activity for kids. But adults like myself enjoy doing this as well. It's not just for kids. So I'm almost dry, so it doesn't take, a ton of time to dry it. And you can do much bolder, brighter colors completely. Because of the sentiment is meant for in my bedroom, so, it's way more muted blue colors in my bedroom. Not bright and cheery. Okay. I'm frozen. There we go. Now I'm unfrozen. So here you go. We got this super cool, super fun, dry, so we can chalk on it now. Background. Are you guys freezing? Hey Michelle from Michigan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Michelle, yeah, I've been a mentor for quite a while, actually. I just hit it again this month. But yeah, it's been a long time that I hit the mentor status. Vicki and I were teasing back and forth about this month. All right, so super cool background. And now we're gonna chalk on it. So the sentiment I want to do is together they built a life they loved. And I want to do it, again, very subtle. This would make a great wedding present, I think. Shower gift, anything like that you are looking for, a little bit of love. An anniversary gift would also be super cool, I think. Oh, you too. Oh, congratulations, Miss Michelle. Michelle. All right, so this transfer is bigger than my canvas. Only froze for a second. Thank you, Kara. And I knew that going into it. I could have picked a bigger canvas because these canvases you can buy anywhere. I like the panel back, they're called. They're panel canvases. I'm pretty confident that that's what they're called. They come in packs of 5. I do lightly sand them. I am freezing on and off. Thank you, Verge. So they come in packs, and I just love them. And I just stick them in a frame. And that way I can be ornate with my frame. I can, you know, have a lot of variety in my framing options. First is the stretch canvases. The stretch canvases are inexpensive and they're fun to use. Not that because these are not expensive, but you do have the additional expense of the frame. But I preferred the frame look. Okay, so this is a big transfer. This is a C-size transfer. It does not completely fit on my canvas, so I'm going to show you how you do that. And I'm going to write on the back of it so I know what it is. Together they built. This would also be really cute on a tea towel. You know, if you did it on the long way of the towel, you could even do it like this way on a towel. So I'm going to take my transfer and I'm going to carefully peel my backer sheet off. This is a C-size transfer, so it is a big transfer. So you do have to be careful because you do not want the back of the transfer to touch itself, and they're very sticky. So you pull your backer sheet off carefully. You set your backer sheet aside because when we're all done, we're going to wash off the transfer and put it back on here. Super sticky. You are going to fuzz because it's the first time I'm using my transfer. I'm not putting it on a chalkboard. I'm putting it on a canvas. I want it to be sticky and I want it to stick, but I don't want it to be so sticky that it pulls my background that we just made off either. So all I'm doing is taking the lint on my towel and making my transfer just a little less sticky. Then when I wash my transfer, I gently rub the back of my transfer and that lint comes right off. Okay, it is still super sticky, but it's better. Be careful when you're manipulating your transfer. So I know it's too big, but I want it kind of down in this corner. So I'm going to just stop and not do these parts, and it will look fine. I'm not worried about it but I do want to go up just a little bit. So I just kind of want it down in this corner. Hey, Miss Terry from Texas, welcome to our check-in party. Make sure your transfer is straight, and then just push out your air. It's as easy as it is. So I push out my air, push down my transfer, go around my letters just to make sure that I don't have any bleeding. And we're going to do a very, very pale, I was going to do grayish, but I think we're going to do storm. Because I think grayish is going to be too light. So we're just going to do storm. Because again, I'm going for a very subtle bedroom type decor. So I open up my storm and I give it a stir. Stir up your chalk paste. You want your chalk paste to be, you know, yogurt, sour cream like. Don't worry about it if it's chunky. It's okay, as long as it's not dry chunky. I take my squeegee. I have an angled side, a flat side. I'm going to dip it in my chalk paste. And I'm going to go straight across, covering up my silk screen. So if you had like real artistic talent, you could watercolor a background. I have no idea how to do that. So taking some little kid markers and putting them on a Ziploc baggie is pretty much my speed, right? It's about all I can handle. But I mean, if you had like real talent, you could totally, you know, make a cool background and just chalk over it on a canvas. So I'm just smoothing out any lines that I have of chalk paste so that I have an even chalking, because if you have lines, you will see them. Take my excess, I put it back in my container, and I'm ready to pull my transfer off. And you're careful when you're pulling it off, because again, you do not want your transfer to touch itself, because if it touches itself, you will have a hard time getting it apart, and you can potentially put a hole in it. Okay, so I take my transfer and I'm going to set it aside because it doesn't fit in my water bath. I set it aside, sticky side up. Okay, this is cool. This looks so awesome! It's exactly the look I was going for. So this is the splash technique. Very easy, very fun to do. Anybody can do it from any age group. So if you had like kids that had, you know, colors, certain colors in their bedroom, they could totally make their own decor for their bedroom and they would just be in heaven, right? You can make, so you can dumb this down to juvenile art, right? And make it cutesy, or you can notch it up to your own decor for in your home. So it really just depends on what colors you pick, and then what transfer you pick. But this is very, very easy to do. And this is the Workshop Wednesday on March 4th. So if you would like the opportunity to make something very similar to this, you totally have that opportunity. The Workshop Wednesday is March 5th. That information is in the Making Maria VIP group. So that it has all the bundle. It has the baggie, the canvases, the frame, the markers. It's A size, so they're 5x7s. An A size transfer, and chalk paste. So it has everything that you do. Will you still be able to see the words on the bottom? That is a very good question, Carol. And actually, I was wondering the same thing. So let's find out. So my next question was what color frame? I think it needs a white frame because I think the black is too harsh. So what do you guys think? You think white, right? That is a very Maria look. Thank you. Yes, Verge. This is very much a Maria look. Oh, you're so funny. So let's try the framing it. Because, yeah, I was wondering myself that maybe I should have lifted it up a little bit higher. Hello, Linda. Welcome to our chocolate party. Oh, Linda really wants to do a splash. We just did a splash technique, Linda. So I'm just taking apart my frame, pulling out my little thing so that I can do that. Kara wants to know what size my canvas is. Kara, my canvas is 11 by 14. It's my very favorite size canvas to buy because you can make C size. Most C sizes fit. If you know, like this is a C size. And the 8.5 by 11s, the B size fit as well. So not all C's will fit just because, you know, sometimes the words go all the way to the edges. But, I mean, it's a pretty good size. Okay, so I take out the inside of my frame. These frames I like to buy they come with a mat. I don't use the mat. But you could, again, if you used something smaller, a smaller transfer, you could even mat it if you wanted to. So let's find out. If we stick our picture in here. Sometimes I leave the glass, sometimes I don't. You can see the words. Cheryl, you can see them. But yeah, sometimes I leave the glass in. Sometimes I don't. I used to never leave the glass in, and I've started leaving the glass in just because it's easier to clean them. To me, it was canvas, so you wouldn't leave the glass because a stretched canvas doesn't have a glass over it. But the more I've made these, the more I've started leaving the glass, just because, especially because I sell them. This is one of the popular things I make for the craft fairs. People don't realize it's chalk, so. Okay, so so here we go. Yep, it worked, Cheryl. Have to catch the beginning on a replay. Yep, Linda. Otherwise, Linda, March 4th, we're doing it again. So you already knew that, though. On March 4th, we're doing the splash. This would be a gorgeous gift, don't you think? And you could totally make the color match whatever their home decor is. So, want to do another one? There's another transfer that I think is, from an adult home decor standpoint, is screaming splash background. And it is this one. Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day. Unseen, unheard, but always near. Still loved, still missed, and very dear. And this fits super nice, again, on an 11 by 14. And I think it again, is screaming to me splash background. I love this transfer, and I'm so very thankful that they finally came out with a transfer that is more something that you would give to someone who has had a loss. It's a very, very nice sentiment. So that's the other one I think is kind of screaming this background. But yeah, I kind of like it. We could make another one because it takes 2 seconds. But you just, again, Ziploc baggie, markers, canvas. It could not be easier And then you have the whole opportunity to make it match their decor. All right, we won't do another one tonight. We'll do it another night. Just because we gotta have projects for, we got a lot of projects. When you make a video every night, you gotta save some of your material. Going to send you a PM regarding that transfer. Which transfer, Amy? This one? This is really, love this transfer. Absolutely love it. And I want to make this on a splash. I just think it's a super cool gift. Because you'd be cool. You could put it in your house. But this is together they built a life they loved on a splash canvas. So truly, from an investment standpoint, if you were looking to hand make a gift for not a lot of money, there's very little money in this other than the transfer, which is reusable. Because this would be, and so you could kind of make a whole theme if you were doing like a shower gift or wedding gift. You could put this on a pillow. And you can do the splash background with ink. Ooh, yes. We should do that for Becky. That's a very good idea, Amy. I'll make her one. You just tell me what color you want the background to be, and I'd be happy to make her one. Totally. So, I lost my train of thought. I apologize. So the transfer, this is a C size. This particular one, C sizes are $24.99. But again, you can make 5 million things with this. So it's reusable, which is the benefit to the transfer. The canvases are, if you buy them right, coupons and things like that, you can buy a pack of 5 of them for like, I shouldn't even say because it's been so long I don't even know. But it's less than $10. I'm fairly confident. And you get 5 of them. Maybe it is $10 for 5 of them. I don't know. I shouldn't speak because I'm not 100% sure. But you got the canvas, you have a frame. And I would personally, I'd go to Goodwill, I'd buy a frame and I'd spray paint it. Or I would go buy frames can be expensive, but if you buy them right, they're not a big deal. So you can have a very inexpensive, beautifully handmade, customized. You could even put their initials on here with one of the fonts if you wanted to. So this is our very fun, splashy background. And if you want to participate in the workshop Wednesday on March 4th, where we're going to do this again, and you guys can create along with me, just message me, and I'd be happy to set aside one of the little bundles for you. If you're not local, it's okay. I can ship it to you, and you can still create right along with us. So that's all I got for you tonight. Happy Friday. No video tomorrow night. I don't make a demonstration video on Saturday night. This is the only night of the week I don't do it. But I'll be back at you on Sunday. So I hope you all have a fantastic weekend and enjoy your leap day, right? Your little extra bonus day of the whole year. And dollar store for canvases as well. What size are they though, Vicki? I don't know what size. And are they the stretched canvases or are they the panels? That would be the only thing. Because actually, if you buy the 5x7s, I think they're less than that if you buy them right with the coupons. Again, I shouldn't speak because it's been a while since I've looked at that. But thank you so much for watching me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will be back at you on Sunday night. Happy Leap Day. See you guys.